Welcome, friends. Troubadour, yoga, and fitness. Brazilian Jiu-jitsu and the grappling arts in general are some of the most physically and mentally rewarding activities that you can ever participate in. That being said, they have the potential to sometimes be hard on the body. Here's a follow-along routine to help you to recover from a hard class or mat session. Do it. All right. Come into the center of your mat here and just start making easy circles around the spine, letting your lower back and hips relax. And now switch directions. Great. With your hands on your knees, gently roll your shoulders backwards, making big, easy circles. This is not a strength exercise, but it's a mobility exercise. So let the shoulder rotate and roll freely in its socket without grabbing with any of the surrounding muscles. Good. Switch directions. Great. Clasp your hands in front. Roll the wrists. You may already do this movement as a warm-up. It's not a coincidence that movements that prepare us for grappling can also help us recover from grappling. Good. Shake it out. Now twist the head left to right and right to left. Drop your chin down and imagine that rather than pointing with your chin, you're pointing with your cheekbone. And you'll find you can get a few more degrees of rotation. Good. And now tilt the neck from side to side. And rather than imagining crushing your ear down towards your shoulder, imagine that you're lifting your jaw up towards the ceiling. Very good. Come to all fours and sit back into child's pose. Spend a few moments here relaxing, feeling your breath move into your lower back. Feel your hips opening a little bit. And you can walk your fingers forward just a bit. Reach, 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 reach. All the way up on your fingertips. You're pulling out of your mid-back here. Forehead is resting on the ground. Good. Now drop your elbows back down and bring them in to about level with your jaw. Actually, a little about level with your ears. And now here, I'm going to roll my head on the mat. So I'm not lifting it up and twisting, but rather I'm rolling my whole torso and leaving my head on the mat to get as much contact with the mat as I can. If you spent any time rolling yesterday, chances are you spent some time in the collar tie. And this can leave you with a sore neck. And this movement here can help a little bit to relieve that. So I'm really letting the weight of my head and even the weight of my body sink into the mat here as I roll gently back and forth. Good. Now take your weight on your elbows and hands and sit up and roll forward onto the crown of your head, taking most of your weight on your arms to gently lengthen the back of your neck without crunching any of the vertebrae. Good. Now roll back and gently forward, gently back, and gently forward. Very good. And now press yourself up into downward facing dog. Draw your hips backwards. Let your shoulders stretch. Let your hamstrings release. And then come forward to all fours. Inhale up, cow pose. And then exhale back to child's pose. Now we're going to flow through these next couple of movements. So repeat the twisting. You can get your shoulders a little bit more involved here, lifting the elbows up. And now drop your elbows and glide forward, knees, chest, and chin, until your hands are under your shoulders, and then come up into cobra position. Firm your glutes ever so gently to protect your lower back, and twist. You're prying your hips here a little bit. Now reverse the movement. Glide backwards. Head on the floor. Twist. Good. Glide forward again. Coming up. Twisting at the hips. Prying the front of the hip open here. And sit back. One more time. Twisting, twisting, relaxing. And then gliding forward. Coming up. And twisting. And gliding all the way back. And returning to downward facing dog. Great. Hang out here for a moment. Let your shoulders open some more. And then drop to your knees and return to a cross-legged position. Arms out to the sides. And now I would like you to rotate one shoulder internally and rotate the opposite shoulder externally. So it looks like this. And now switch directions. And switch. And switch. And switch. Keep twisting. Switch. Switch. Muscles are not involved here. The joint is just rotating smoothly. Good. And now turn your right hand all the way down, or your right shoulder, sorry. Your right shoulder all the way down, your left all the way up. Hold this. And now add in a little bit of muscular engagement. Squeeze into this twist. Squeeze into this twist. So the right arm is rotating really hard internally. The left arm is rotating really hard externally. Good. Relax. Shake it out. Other side. So right hand turns up, left hand turns down, left shoulder rotates, right shoulder rotating out. Add in the muscular engagement and hold that stretch. Twist, twist, keep holding it. And release. Very good, very good. All right. Under the thigh, circles with your knee. Completely relax the leg and let the knee move in the socket. No, it's not really a socket, it's a hinge. But let your knee just move in this circular fashion. Good, switch directions. Great, and now underhook your ankle. And do the same thing. Relax the ankle. Switch directions. Good, and now take your thumb and press really hard into the arch of your foot. Give yourself a little massage here. And then extend the leg out straight. Hold on to the toe and stretch back. Very good. Come up. Let's do the other side. So grab underneath the thigh, relaxing the leg for clean rotation. Switch directions. And down the ankle, so underhook the calf or the ankle here. And good, switch directions. And then again, repeat the pressing and massaging on the foot. You're really digging your thumb as hard as you can into the arch of your foot here, getting a little bit of circulation and sensation really vigorously. And then grab hold of your toe, sit back, and stretch out the hamstring. Good. All right, let's move through the next several stretches and then finish up with a nice full body movement flow. So Downward facing dog. Lift your right foot up and step forward to a low lunge. Hang out here. Feel the front of your hip opening, stretching. Actively lengthen into your left leg. And then drop the knee, scoot back a little bit. Straighten the front leg and bow over the leg. So this leg is straight, the toes are pulled back. Your lower back is rounded, your upper back is slightly puffed. Just relax here, feel your head heavy. Great. Back to the lunge, back to the downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Lift your left foot up. And then step forward to a lunge. Lengthen the back leg. Try to get your hips lower than your shoulders. And drop your knee down. Scoot back a little bit and bow over your front straight leg. Very good. Downward facing dog. And come forward into a plank position. Exhale down, hover over the floor, turn your toes under and come up, upward facing dog. Hold this for a couple of beats. And then draw yourself back up into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up again. And this time bend it and twist. Turn your head to look under your right armpit. And let your right leg bend over you towards your left. Then bring it back to the center. Step through the lunge and then into triangle pose. Very good. Return to the lunge, downward facing dog. Left foot up and twist. Back to center. Left foot forward to a lunge, triangle pose. Very good. Downward facing dog. Drop to all fours, cross your ankles and sit through. Find the mat with your left hand. Put your feet forward and come up into an easy one-armed half bridge. Really lengthening along the right side of your body now. And sit down. And let's do the other side. The right hand finds the mat. Bridge up, hip up. And release. And come into shin box. So this is a cool movement drill that's going to mobilize your wrist, elbows, shoulders, and hips. So I lean towards my left and draw a circle on the mat with my wrist. Come down to my elbow, drop my head into my hand, and then walk my hips around to the left and my shoulders around to the right. And come into the exact same position on the other side. My left leg kicks around and I come up into shin box on the right. And repeat. So it's rolling the wrist to the elbow, to the shoulder, cradling the head, passing the head to the other hand as the hips and shoulders walk in opposite directions, kicking around, flowing up, and repeat. try now to find as many points of contact with the floor as you can, especially on your shoulders and back. And it's going to start massaging any tension and any holding that you are carrying there from your class. There we go. I'm going to scoot around and give you a back view here. So it is, if you're following along with me, I have my left shin towards the front, my right leg towards the back, and my left hand, I roll the wrist, I roll the elbow, shoulder, pass the head to my hand, opening up as I find contact with the floor, pass the head over, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and up to the center, even leaning a little bit in to give myself a groin stretch, and then repeating wrist, elbow, shoulder, walk it around, and come up, and repeat wrist, elbow, shoulder. Head is passed around as the shoulders and hips walk and come up. Now let's just flow through it. Do a few more at your own pace. Start integrating your breathing. So when you're folded up here, you're exhaling. Then when your body opens up, you're inhaling. And when your body folds, you exhale. And inhale as you come up. You get the idea. Once again, I can't stress enough that you should try to find as many contact points with the floor as you can. This is like a full body dynamic massage. Good. All right. Lean back, hips up just a little bit, and release. And now one more time, downward facing dog. Lift your right foot up into the air, and now come into pigeon position on the right. Lay yourself down over your leg. If you're super flexy, get your foot up by your elbow. If you're medium flexy, have your foot down by your hip. And walk your hands in. Lift your back foot. Grab it with your opposite hand. A nice quad stretch. And release. Other side. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. Steps forward to pigeon. And relax slightly up. Back leg back. Come down to your elbows. If you're feeling great, you can extend the arms even all the way. Find what is comfortable for you. And walk your hands back in. Lift your chest up, and then lift your back leg up. Capture it with your opposite hand. Nice quad stretch. And release. Downward facing dog. We'll come into a plank and then come all the way down. Goalpost arms. Lay your right ear on the mat. Now your left ear on the mat. Good. So now extend your left hand all the way out straight. Put your right hand palm down and then step across and feel that pull on your inner left shoulder as if you are almost armbarring yourself here. Very good. Back to center. Let's repeat it on the other side. So the right hand goes out to a T. Left hand comes in, plants next to the shoulder. Left foot steps around and then lean into that relaxed right shoulder. Keep your whole right arm palm down on the mat. Good. Good, good, good. Now, put your left arm palm down on the mat And then put your hip over top of your elbow and lift your left leg up to put weight into the back of your arm. Again, it's like arm barring your elbow here, except that the floor is keeping it from dislocating. It's actually anatomically one of the only safe ways that you can really stretch your elbow joint. Good. Other side. Palm flat. Hip rolls on top of the elbow and lift the right leg to put weight. Stretching into that arm. Safely extending the elbow against the support of the floor. And release. Good. Bring yourself back up. Come to the center of the mat. Shake out the shoulders. All right, didn't mean to shake my microphone so hard there. And now nice circles with elbows. Again, opposite direction. And now sweep your arms up. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you very much for practicing with me. I hope this was useful. If you enjoyed this routine, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next time on the mat.